Hello, I'm here to show you some basics on how to use IDE Pro. I'm currently running Windows XP on my virtual machine. So let's begin. I can start IDE Pro by dragging the malware onto the icon. So now I would like to load it as a portable executable file. Now I press OK. Now we have launched IDE Pro. We are currently looking at the graph disassemble view of the main function. You can change it to text view by clicking on this button. You can revert it back by clicking on this graph disassemble view. This graph overview shows the overview of the assembly codes that you are currently looking at. It's very convenient if the codes you are looking at are very long and tedious to look at slowly. Apart from this, you have tabs that shows different functions that you can use from, such as the hex tab, export tab, imports, and more. I'll tell you what these tabs do. Firstly, the export tab will show all the exported functions. Import tabs will show all the imported functions. The name tab will list all the address and name. String tab will show all the string and the addresses, while the function tab lists all functions and their length. Next, I will show you the navigation band. This is the navigation band. So what is the navigation band? Basically, if you click on the dark blue area, it indicates the user return code. Because as you can see, I'm currently looking at the codes. If you press on the pink, it shows the imports. I for import, so it's import data. For this dark green area, it shows the data, just the data. So I'll show you other functions. For example, if I'm clicking on this export tab and I accidentally closed it, I can easily retrieve it by pressing view, open subviews, and I can retrieve the exports. And I'll just minimize it. Next, for easier use, you might want to jump to certain addresses that you like to go straight by not looking at one by one. So I press G, and for example, I would like to look at address 401A75. I press OK and I'll jump here to confirm it. There, I'm at subroutine 401A75. Next function will be viewing code references of subroutine. For example, I'll highlight a subroutine. For example, this subroutine 401.413, and I'll press X. It shows all the subroutine that is referenced with 401.413. If I press OK, and then it'll link to the subroutines or the functions. So now the next function will be looking at the overall graph of the whole malware. I'll start by looking at the main, and I'll click on this. This shows the whole graph of the malware, including some of the APIs that the malware use, and here are the subroutines. It looks a bit messy, so you can try to make it look neater by pressing this, and then you check on the externals, and then you do not have those much Windows API like before, and it looks nice, better to look at now, more organized. And you can see how each subroutines are linked to each other and how they call, how they are referenced to or how they are referenced from. Talking about how they are referenced to or how they are referenced from, there's a certain function for it also. For example, I'll click on another subroutine. So now I'll show you how. I'll click on highlight on the subroutine. If I do not highlight it, these two options won't be available. So if I highlight it, I can press this to show reference where it was referenced from. As you can see, it was referenced right from the start or the main. Or I can view where it will reference to by clicking here, and it will show that this is the subroutine. They'll reference to all the other subroutines. So there you go, that's all the basics that I use for disassembling malware in IDA Pro. Thank you for watching.